Hello, my beautiful investors, viewers. I am right here at Eco Hotel. We are here for real estate events, real estate conference, where we get to understand more about real estate, especially Lagos State real estate. Lagos State real estate is very complex. So real property is not just there to just buy and sell properties to you, because real estate on its own is complex and is beyond buying and selling. So we are here to equip ourselves so that we can inform you better. So I'll be posting, giving you updates of what we have learned here and the new trends of Lagos State real estate. So stay tuned for this news. And if you have questions and queries, please feel free to give us a call or send us a message. Stay tuned. I'll be posting the videos right away.
That have turned up here in large number. To all the industry practitioners, captains of industry, from the president of the Real Estate Development Association, thank you very much. Thank you, Madam, for your great speech. And Roland, as always, thank you very much. To all of our practitioners that are here in large number, that are patiently listening to what Lagos has to do for your sector. Very critical, very important sector. Thank you very much. You have today and tomorrow to come up with a blueprint with what will define how we continue to engage in that sector. I want to thank all of you. I want to continue to encourage you that your sector, as difficult as it is, it's very critical, because you certainly also define, how social economic being, is about in our economy and in our state. Gentlemen of the press, thank you very much. Distinguished guests, top government functionaries, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that the day actually has been well spent. It's also because we also still have other activities, to pass on to Lagosians today. But I still stand here this afternoon, truly very privileged to be at this important gathering. Together, we are here to evaluate the impacts of government's contribution in the real estate sector. We are here to address the challenges that we still face. They are real daunting challenges. And we all want to explore opportunities for innovation and growth. To think that we do not have solutions is to think that we wasted a generation. We believe that we have solutions. We are all here to judge, to engage, to think, to collaborate, to innovate, and to create a society and an environment that will outlive all of us. And so that's why we're here today and tomorrow. And I want to thank you for the large number of people that have turned out into this engagement here today. And so as we negotiate, as we navigate into an era that is marked by rapid technological advancement, shifting economic reality, and urgent environmental challenges, there's certainly a need for us to prepare ourselves for today and for the next generation. And we can only do that by evolving a real estate demand that cannot be overstated. Real estate is not just about structure. It's a cornerstone of any economy. It's indeed a driver of social equality and a critical element for sustainable urban planning. You can see, that DCFC, which Dr. Abatuni and Roland have started talking about extensively, reimaging Lagos landscape and ensuring a sustainable real estate development practice. You see that the topic and the conversations today and tomorrow are not only apt, they truly reflect the challenges and the opportunity that we have in the state. It reflects the real dynamic innovativeness and the competitiveness of Lagos, the resilience of Lagos, the can-do spirit of Lagos, and the possibilities that we all can bath when we think together, when we work together, and when we activate conversations together. We're hoping that the things that will be coming out from here by tomorrow will be the things that will further engage us in this sector for another 1 year. I'm thankful that we've kept faith with this year on year to bring all you here to rethink and to reshape how can we best plan our city, how can we best innovate, how can we ensure that we, in this very small, crowded city-state we call Lagos, how can we best use what nature has given to us? We do it in a resilient and in a sustainable manner. We do it with every sense of responsibility, knowing fully well that it's not about today, it's about creating an organic growth that will ensure that tomorrow is assured. It's about the future and the future leaders that are coming behind us. And that's why this engagement, this conversation with various stakeholders is always very important. Our political leaders, our traditional institutions, our civil society groups, our lawmakers, all of us are conversing together. And of course, the practitioners. All of us have a role to play. And in that semblance of having roles to play, that will engage and continue to activate our thought process. And so the challenges for us is to rethink our approaches. And I want to say that Lagos, our administration, we think we need to have in the real estate sector. Sustainability is no longer a limited environmental conversation. I think it's about creating an ecosystem that supports economic growth, that ensures social inclusivity, and that will ensure that it achieves an ecological balance. All of these terminologies are not just being used loosely. And I think every great speaker that have come out here this morning and this afternoon has spoken in one form or the other. From our Oni, who started by ensuring and reminding us as a young investor himself, who had seen and gone through the various challenges of how not to build or how not to ensure that you want to cut corners. And he learned his own lessons in a very difficult way, where you've done up to 9, 10 floors, and the system tells you you have to bring it all down. You have to bring it all down to ensure that we use the word heterogeneous land, that it meets all the requirements to ensure that the buildings and the development that it's doing is not only for today, but it meets the requirements of tomorrow. Oni, thank you for your leadership, and thank you for learning that very difficult thing at a very young age. We're believing that there's lots of other practitioners here, as he has come out here to explain his own personal experience. We'll also see the need that if we follow the rules and the rules of engagement, we will certainly not have any issue around building collapse again. He did not wait for his building to collapse. He took the right decision. He brought it down himself, and he did the correct thing. And those are some of the things that we need to live here with. It's not by shorting corners. It's not by ensuring that who gets to finish line first. It's by ensuring that we do the right thing the first time and all the time. And that's why we're here. That's the line of conversation that we're about here to engage ourselves in and to ask. So, Oni, thank you very much. I continue to respect that backlog of relationship that we've kept. And thank you that you did not take your life and that administration in Lagos. How he has ensured that Eko Babere, Eko can be a source of wealth, it can be a source of opportunity for everybody that preserves and understands what Eko truly stands for. And that's why we're here, to ensure that the strength of our diversity is in the originality and the appreciation that we can use Lagos as a real testing board to develop our country, to develop our nation into an enviable position that all of us, no matter where you come from, no matter your background, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your religion, you can strive, you can do well, and you can get to the pinnacle of whatever you choose for yourself. And that's what we're seeing in the real estate. And you've seen and you've gotten, a traditional appreciation and acknowledgement from the Bajulaye himself. Of course, my friend and my brother, the Chairman House Committee on Housing, intelligent, cerebral, Honorable Aminu Jibril, for a very long time kept to the script until when he deviated from a very well-written speech. the National Assembly, they're willing to bring about regulations, to bring about processes, institutions that can further help develop this sector. Not only in Lagos, not only in Canada, they have said, but almost in every part of the country. And we believe that it's important that they're here to also listen to you as practitioners, as professionals in that sector. The only thing I didn't agree with him is the fact that, the history of planning and town planning dates back from Kano before it got into Lagos. And to tell the story, the colony of Lagos has been in existence before the amalgamation of the northern and southern protectorate of Nigeria. I'm sure you know that. And so the colony of Lagos even dates back before the 1914, conscription of Nigeria. So, and that has helped us to continue to grow that. It's interesting that today we talk about the red line and the blue line. There was a tram in Lagos in the 19th century, in 1894 or so, or thereabout. There was a tram inside of the Lagos Island, and it was what? A tram. And that's the kind of history that we're trying to rekindle. That's the kind of resilient, transformative city that we're trying to build. To also commend our Lagos State House of Assembly as well. They are all here in large number. And it's all because they believe in the conversation that we're having here today. They also want to live here well-reached, well-engaged, well-motivated, to understand what the executive are doing and why we need to continue to work together collaboratively. I cannot but commend the effort of also our senator representing Lagos Central, who had also given us, a food for thought on how we need to continue to collaborate ourselves. But I think the conversation this morning, more than ever before, is what the two last speakers talked about. Our special advisor on EGIS, which is on looking at the reimaging of Lagos. But he kept talking about Abuja because they didn't know that he started a planning professional life as one of the EGIS experts out of Abuja. And so he can relate very quickly with what has happened in Abuja and what we see in Lagos today. And thank you very much, Roland. Roland started this initiative with us about 5-6 years ago. And you can see when he kept talking about, smart transportation, smart waste management, and smart urban planning. Smart transportation that he talked about is what in reality is what we're currently doing already. Because we have an integrated urban mass transportation system in Lagos that is working. Honorable Minister, it might interest you to know that over 5 million cowrie card holders are in Lagos. And for that cowrie card, we have an integrated urban transportation system that people use the card on rail, use it on the BRT buses, they use it on the ferries and the waterways. And so with that, you can also manage and track how resilient the city is, who is going to where, and which will help you in proper urban planning. So in the back end, analysis of such movement and access into the city that will help future urban planners. Because from the single cowrie card, you will know where people actually are aggravating to at different times of the day. And that's the kind of smartness that we need to have, going forward in the city. He talked about smart waste management. It makes a lot of sense, and we're on that conversation. Because very, very soon, not only will we have, an integrated waste management, efficient, effective working system in Lagos, we are actually, taking destiny into our hands, working with collaborators, both local and international operators, to ensure that we can have an efficient, effective waste management system that takes care of not only the solid waste, and waste disposal processes, our water, water needs and water adequacy in Lagos, And because these are some of the clear indices that determines the livable standard, how resilient the city is, how well our urban planners doing to ensure that what makes Lagos competitive, what makes Lagos stand with other cities in the world. And the last one, which is the smart urban planning, is also what Dr. Babatunde has talked about. How well do we want to regenerate our major cities? We had a huge fire outbreak in Dosumu, and we're not in a hurry to rebuild because it's an opportunity for us to regenerate. We've taken the entire stretch of Kwedewura markets. We've taken the entire stretch of Gorodo markets, Mobadeje market, because it's an opportunity for us to do complete regeneration. Kabesi, white cap chiefs, I'm sure you've seen it, you know that the regeneration of Lagos Island will happen in your time. The regeneration and the rebirth of Lagos Island, you will see it in your own time. And that's what we're doing in a meticulous means. The city senator is from that neighborhood. The regeneration, so we're not about displacing people. We're about ensuring that we can use our land spaces very well. We can regenerate for today and for the generations that are coming behind us. In Lagos Island today now, we've just given approval to rebuild another 9 internal roads from Ojokiwa to the extension of Adeniji Adele all the way to Gadugoro. The Jankara and the Bombata markets that we're doing there, we're going to its complete regeneration. That's how it happens. They're just showing me today, thank you, they're just showing me today the drainage that we've completed, that will take the entire storm water from the outskirts of outer marina, that will take it into the lagoon. We just opened the full drainage today. That's the only way we can make this city safe and secure for ourselves. And so when we talk about the Lekki corridor to be the fastest growing corridor in the entire sub-Saharan Africa, it's also because we want to plan and want to do the right things. It's also because when we see us completely move road infrastructure from the place, from 2 lanes, we're building 6 high lanes. From not having any other means of transportation, we're taking the green line to that corridor. So it is part of the patience and the collaboration that we want from all of you. So when we say to you that slow down, let us understand what you're doing. How well do you want to develop in that whole corridor so that you see what our own plans are? It's all part of ensuring that the Lagos can work for you. You can have predictable journey time. You can have a city that will meet the needs of today and will be also be able to ready and meet the needs of tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. And so I want to assure you that we're remaining steadfast, we remain committed as a government, we're ready to listen to you, to work with you, to collaborate with you as professionals, so that we can develop this city together. We can cohabit and we can readjust between the 3,665 square kilometers that we have. The whole place is being built up. And like he showed us from the master plan, we don't have any other place to go to. Outside of the Lagos Lagoon and Atlantic Ocean, is to push back and move into Ogun State. And we're doing that and we're doing it very well. So the conversations that we're taking away, is to ensure that all of you and all of the discussions that's going to happen later today and tomorrow will be how can we use urban planning as a winning tool, not just to save our city, but to be able to plan for a resilient and a livable city of the future. A city that for the next 20 to 30 years might be the third or the fourth largest city in the world. Well, it's really not just to clap, it's to come with all of the challenges that will birth. It's for us to be able to think and be able to absorb the shocks of such developments. It's for us to ensure and appreciate that the climate change and our ability for adaptation and adaptable strategy is real. I can see the Special Advisor, SGD and Climate Change nodding her head. It's to ensure that we are in compliance. It's to ensure that carbon emission, carbon footprints, as much as we can reduce it, to build a city of the future are part of the conversations that we're having. As much as possible, while we're ensuring that our EGIS data mapping from the offices in Alausa or from your own comfort of office, you can see what level of development is happening in various parts of the city. And we can predict and plan ahead, so that we're not just living and walking around slums and blighted areas. For me, that is what I believe this whole engagement today and tomorrow should be. For me, this is what I believe this large audience and the large turnout of professionals that have come here should be taken away. For me, this is what I believe a collaborative and an engagement between the public sector and the private sector in this industry should be doing. And you can see that the array of the people that have turned out here, we can truly build a real estate system that works for everyone. We believe that together we can develop a workable ecosystem that will make Lagos not just a signature of our country, but will make it an enviable city that all of us will be proud of. And so let us go out there. Let us engage ourselves. Let us come out with solutions and conversations that will make Lagos a truly envisioned, greater African model city that we'll keep talking about. Thank you very much. And I wish this conference the very best, and I officially now declare it open. And I'm believing and hoping that the outcomes after tomorrow will be to improve the quality of Lacerera and real estate engagement in the state. Thank you very much.